Welcome, Queen. I used to think all men are the same. And sometimes because we keep having dating problems with guys, we can tend to think they truly are all the same. Are you complaining about no good men? Or do you desire to attract a high quality man? If so, don't go anywhere. Disclaimer: I give credit where credit is due, and I got my notes today. So here's what I posted on IG a while ago. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Marriage is a biblical principle, but the problem too frequently, many want it, but not the one who created it. So shout out goes to a queen on IG, young queen, who responded to my post, because here's what she said. I just read a scripture that says exactly this: love your wife and treat her right, so the husband's prayers do not go unanswered. I wish more husbands understood this assignment. Marriages could flow a lot smoother if they did. Her comment inspired today's video. Have you had this conversation? Yes, because I'm sure you've probably heard of 50-50. And I don't know, but do you believe relationships should be 50-50? If so, I want to challenge you to think about that a little bit today. So here are a few questions I have for you. Do you want 50% of a person in a relationship? Do you want the person you're dating, the person you're with, to choose to only give you 50% of their best? Do you want the person you're with, that you've decided to share a life with, to only show up in difficult times, giving you 50% of their compassion, their trust, their commitment to you, their openness and willingness to communicate with you honestly in a relationship? Do you want them to only give you 50% of their accountability, to say, hey, I'm sorry, or I apologize for something I did that hurt you, offended you, or was disrespectful to you, or maybe just even thoughtless? 50%? Is 50% your standard? I can't speak for you, and I'm not going to, but can I share my belief on that? Here's what I think about that. I want a whole person, 100% of a person. I want a person who is 100% in and invested in the relationship. Because here's what I think: that it doesn't just take two people in a relationship. It takes two people who are fully committed, meaning 100% invested in the relationship, for it to truly be what it needs to be, for it to truly be successful. And that also means that both people need to be 100% committed to treating each other with respect. Now, we're not perfect. We're going to fall short at some point. But I don't want you 50% committed. No, I want you all the way committed. And sometimes people will play the gender card. Yeah, not you, but some women, they will say, well, I'm a girl, so I can be disrespectful, or I can hit him and it's okay because I'm a girl. And then there are some men who will take the scripture, I'm the head of the household. They'll take that out of context and use that to mistreat the woman that they're with, to treat her poorly. And so the conversation on the floor, the conversation that needs to be had is this: What do you think? What do you believe about accountability, responsibility, and dependability in a relationship? And how do you factor in biblical principles as it relates to those areas? Because accountability, responsibility, and dependability, they're not just for one person. They're for both people in a relationship. And so that means one person is not always right, whether that's the man or the woman. That's not so, because then that means that you have one person in the relationship that's perfect. And we just know that's not true. It's not true. So just because the wife is happy doesn't mean the husband is happy. And so, ladies, please, please, please hear me. You can be happy in your relationship, but the man you're with, he cannot be happy. He very well could be dissatisfied. And for some reason, he's just keeping silent, or he's communicating it to you in a way that you are not recognizing. And another disclaimer, y'all know I focus on dating. Still, even though I don't focus on marriage, I focus on dating. I'm sure you've heard this statement. Happy wife means happy life. Or you've heard this statement. It's cheaper to keep her. Either of those statements, I'm sure you've probably heard. And here's my thoughts on that. Just because it's cute to say doesn't make it true. Just go with me. Go with me for a minute. Don't swipe off. Go with me. Think back to any dating relationship that you had, where the man blindsided you and he just walked away. And this includes ghosting. And y'all know in the Recognize Him series, I talked about ghosting. So, even if he didn't use those words that he was unhappy, just stay with me. He didn't say that. His actions, what he chose to do, how he chose to leave the relationship, shows you that he was checked out. That he did not feel, whatever the reason may have been, he didn't feel that you were the best fit for him. And I don't say that to hurt your feelings or for you to dwell on the past. I want you to understand, and I want you to know, I want you to be equipped, I want you to be empowered to truly understand and know that you're not just checking for your feelings in a relationship, that everything is going well according to your standards. But you also need to check in with the God that you're with. Because just like the Bible speaks about a man's prayers going unanswered due to how he treats his wife, it also speaks about how a woman's behavior can justify it being better for a man to live on the top of the roof of a house than inside of the home with her. So again, please hear me. Both people's actions, attitudes, and behavior towards each other and their individual decisions that they make matter. But it's a common problem in dating and in relationships. And here it is. Here's the problem. People often say, I do, but they haven't evaluated that marriage is a biblical principle during the dating process. And when you leave the Creator out of your life, out of your decisions to choose a spouse, ultimate living, it just won't happen, because the mindset of your spouse impacts the quality of your life. As always, I'm Sam telling you, 24 hours doesn't seem long, but in 24 hours, you could change your life. So go ahead and do something life-changing now.